Hello tribe, welcome back to the channel. So today's topic is called Words from Your Soul. And this channel is all about relationships, and today we're looking at relationship with the self. So see which Ace of Swords from 3 piles over here you vibe with the most. Pile number 1 is on your left with the Steampunk Tarot. Pile 2 is the Tarot of the Angels in the middle, and pile 3 on your right is the Triple Goddess Tarot. I'll see you in timestamps. Hello, pile number 1. Let's see. Words from your soul. And I don't have any specific questions here today. I just want this reading to show me what needs to be talked about. Words from your soul. Pile number 1. What does it want to talk about? For a lot of you, it wants to refer back to your childhood. Let me see what this is. What it's saying here, I'm being shown a vision of a child outdoors, and this child is chasing butterflies, then going playing in the grass, but it's all about the details in nature that child finds very interesting. I'm hearing everywhere I looked I saw miracles. And if you lately have been seeing orbs specifically, or flashes of light, I keep being drawn to this story, this vision that I'm seeing of the magic in the world, and then the orb appears, as if you might have already been seeing signs about this story, about the miracles of the world. And your soul wants to say, have you lost touch with the eyesight of the child? Are you still noticing the miracles in little things outside? Are you paying attention? If you do, this is your pat on the back. You're doing well. I keep hearing the magic is in the little things. The magic is outside. Go out there, ask questions if you are uncertain about something. Guidance is in nature. Just step out of your house, step out of your apartment. You naturally will be guided, you naturally will receive a sign. Just set an intention before you leave the house to gain a better perspective of one topic or one situation in your life. Or just set an intention to imagine as if you put in the glasses that make everything much more colorful. You put in those glasses on of a child's. Everything is a miracle, everything is interesting. There is so much magic in the air. You want to get to know the world. Okay, words from your soul, pile 1. This might be also referring to a stage in your life where you're going to be feeling this way again. Yeah, especially for those who are not feeling it right now. Maybe you're not interested in what is happening, or you feel like you lost motivation, or you feel like you don't want to take new opportunities. You're just uninterested and closed off emotionally, mentally. Look at the eyes. I don't see where I'm going, but I'm following my inner GPS. That's a message from your soul saying you don't always have to physically see the outcome, how everything is going to end up to be. You don't have to always see it in your mind's eye. As long as you take the next step over here, tune in to your inner GPS, you'll end up exactly where you're supposed to be. And that's when the pace speeds up with the Knight of Swords. Okay, your soul wants to talk about the waves in your life. the chapters of your life. It's saying notice how sometimes everything is moving very fast and then it slows down. And it's saying that's part of life. I don't want you to take those phases of life as good or bad, even if sometimes you think I should be moving faster or I should make more progress in my current situation. It's saying not everything is as simple. You might want to try and simplify things. If I am achieving quite a lot throughout 1 year, it's a good thing. If I'm not achieving as much or not as much happening in my life, it's a bad thing. Your soul is saying that's not the case. There are resting periods of time, and there are periods of time when you are taking action and things speed up. Do not compare the two because both of them are very important. Your soul also wants to say that there is a decision that you're going to be making, or you're thinking about making a decision, and it wants you not to rush into anything. Okay, think things through. If you have something specific on your mind right now, plan A or plan B, path A or path B, it's saying sleep on it. Sleep on it, take time for self-reflection. Sometimes we're given breaks in our life in order to review our lives. If we always ran and there was so much action constantly, we would have no time to evaluate the situation or to really tune in and ask ourselves, what do we want to do? Or are we happy in the situation, or what could be changed, or what could be improved? He wants to talk about a relationship with the self. Okay. Your soul is saying you are being prepared for a period of time when you're going to feel very sensual, very sexual, very connected to your body. It's a very creative period of your life that is coming up. It might not be there just yet, but you're being prepared for it. So right now, for example, if you feel like you are in stagnancy or you feel like you are experiencing uncertainty, it's saying that's fine. It's kind of meant to be this way until everything picks up again. Now is a time when you are focusing on relationship with self and really diving deep to understand and to tune into yourself a little bit more. Who am I? What do I want? What is missing for me right now? What can I provide myself with so that I would feel better? For some of you, you need to sleep better or to adjust your sleeping schedule a little bit. For others of you, you're slightly disconnected from your body. You're very much in your head, and some of you might be disassociated sometimes. Your soul is asking you to put those two together, the body and the soul together. The easiest way, personally for me, to connect my soul to my body is to play some music and to just allow my body to move the way it wants to move. I'm not overthinking the dance moves. I'm not thinking about the way that I look, or the way my body moves. Is it silly looking? It doesn't matter. However the body wants to move, it moves. And do it for at least 10 minutes and see how you feel afterwards. Okay? Your soul also wants to acknowledge and tell you that there is a wise elder that is looking out for you. There is a spirit guide that is very ancient. The energy of them is very ancient. They're not going to, this is not an ancestor anymore. They won't be your ancestor anymore. This feels like a very high vibe spirit that is not going to reincarnate again unless it would volunteer. And there is a spirit that is going to be showing up for you, or it's already showing up for you in your life in many different ways. Remember how I talked about orbs and flashes of light? It can come through using the light, but it doesn't have to. You're going to feel its presence. And what it wants to highlight here, it wants to highlight the balance of your life. What kind of contract you have right now in your life? Are those contracts, would it be business, would it be romantic, right? Soul contracts. Are these contracts making you balanced? Can we find more balance if they do not bring us balance? If so, what needs to be done? What is missing? Yeah, again, I split deck. We have the Seven of Pentacles. Your soul is asking you right now to take it easy on yourself. Do not judge yourself. Now is a time of just, you planted those seeds already. You planted your intentions, you planted those seeds already. Your results are coming. Now might be the time of resting. And I'm seeing a bear in a cave, and it's winter time, and this is a resting period of time. The spring comes, the soul is saying, and everything is going to come back to life. Now might be a period of time when you need to take care of yourself a little bit more, slow down a little bit, and really tap into your own body, tap into your own intuition, take care of yourself, have a bath, sign up for a spa, go to the gym, but it's all slow. It's very flowy. I'm not seeing someone running around and saying, oh my God, I have to sign up for the gym now, or I must exercise for at least 45 minutes in the morning. It's not stressful, your soul is saying. Don't make it stressful. It has to flow with you. Okay, so slowly, one step at a time, incorporate something into your routine that helps you to find a little bit more balance so that your day flows very gracefully. Okay, I hope this made sense, pile number one. And thanks for being here. If you need more content, you can find me on Patreon, and have a beautiful week. Bye for now. Hello, pile number two. Let's see. What is the message? What are the words from your soul? And I'm not going to be asking any specific questions here. I just want to see where this reading takes us. I'm seeing a red rose in my vision. Let me see what that means. I'm hearing the complexities of the rose. Okay, let's see where the story takes us. I'm being drawn to the rose itself, but when I tap into that rose, I'm being told many people like the look of the rose at its peak, but not many people pay attention to the rose's growth. This is very metaphorical for some of you. The plant, the flower, its value is as beautiful at any stage, but to the eye, it's only beautiful at a specific stage. But it's to the eye. The value of the plant is the same at all times of growth. Let's see. Very artistic. Probably a lot of you are very artistic here because of the way this message came through. Of course, the Queen of Wands is very creative and very artistic. Let's see. Okay, we'll take all of them. Your soul wants to talk about, and here are the flowers. I hope you can see. The red flowers. Okay, and here at her feet we see the roots. So that plant did come through here in this reading. Your soul wants to talk about a situation that has happened or you're already experiencing. Whilst watching this reading of sadness, The sadness and disappointment is connected to lack of grounding or lack of sense of security. The sense of security maybe wasn't provided to you when you were younger, or wasn't provided to you at a specific time of your life. This can be financial security. This can be emotional sense of security. Someone doesn't feel secure in a situation. Someone doesn't feel like home somewhere. And this is being highlighted here. It's saying, ask yourself a question. What would it take for you in order for you to feel like home? What do you need to do in order for you to create home for yourself? I feel like for some of you, you have disconnected from your feminine energy a little bit, from that creation, creativity. And for a lot of you, it feels like your soul is craving for creativity. Your soul is craving for you to create something in your life that makes you feel like home, that makes you feel like you want to celebrate life. And this sadness or this sense of sadness, sense of heartache might be connected to another person. Might be connected to losing someone, especially if you have lost someone who is younger, or someone who has passed away before their time, right before their time. Your soul is acknowledging that you are still going through some sort of grieving here. Would it be grieving a past relationship with someone? Would it be grieving a past maybe phase of your life that you don't have anymore? You don't live that life anymore. You are in a state of grieving. So let's look at the advice. And for the advice, you have the King of Wands. It's saying tap in to the creative side of self. You might feel like you don't want to be creative at all. It's saying just do something little. Just do something little that again connects you to that inner fire. You want to visit a place? Visit a place. You want to write a poem? Write a poem. You want to put beautiful makeup on? Do that. It's in the little things. It's in the little things. For some of you, if this is you, you know this already. You're meant to travel somewhere else. Or you're meant to change something about your living situation, your environment. I've never seen this card like this before, never read it in that way, but in this case I'm seeing it. There is fire literally already touching this king's feet. Soon enough, this king will have to leave the throne because the whole thing will be on fire. The throne is made of wood. Your soul is telling you that there is a situation that you're being pushed out of. Very naturally pushed out of. Or there is something that's happening right now in your life that doesn't feel fun, that doesn't feel like rainbows and unicorns, and it's happening for a reason because something has to change. We're being pushed out of a situation that we were in before for a reason. And it's almost like this is forced, right? This is forced. If I'm not gonna take any action, the circumstances then will push me out of that throne anyway. Does that make sense? Not to say that you are downgrading yourself in any way. It's just an example of this imagery, of this picture. We don't know where this king is gonna go after he leaves this old throne of his. We don't know. Maybe we'll see. The cards will show. Messages from your soul. Bottom of the deck, we have a devil. There is something that you're tying yourself to. Would it be a person, an environment, a job, or your behavior, your habit that is not helping you to see the sunshine? And your soul wants to highlight that. Your soul is saying, in order for you to feel the sense of fulfillment, happiness, and sense of accomplishment, there will have to be the time when you make a decision. What is it that you really want? This guy it feels like it's a push and pull situation here between that little devil and the angel. This guy needs to choose which one he wants to move forward with, because these two things, they do not, that's why it's like a game. They want those, I'll call them entities, they want him to make a decision. Which stick do I choose to carry? I do not want to carry both of those sticks because there is a battle happening between those two. So clearly I have to make a decision. Which one do I carry in order for me to avoid chaos, continuous chaos or continuous suffering of some sort? You're being told, remember how I said I don't know where this king is going after he leaves his throne? It seems like he's almost ready to go. Look at that hand right there. Seems like he is already kind of one leg up as well. He's already kind of like leaving the situation, leaving that throne, where the Queen of Wands is very grounded in her throne. She's sitting there and she's going to sit there for a longer time. Look at the differences of the sky. There is a situation that you felt very good in for a while, and now it started becoming very uncomfortable. And your soul is highlighting that to you. You probably have noticed a lot of signs about that. You probably have noticed how life shows you signs, how circumstances play out in your life. This king is going towards the sunshine and towards the success and winning phase of his life. But in order for him to do so, he has to understand that there is something happening here that pushes him to leave, pushes him to make changes. What is the advice for you? What is the best action? What is the best route? What is the best route for you here right now as you're listening to this reading? What is the best route? We have the Four of Swords. We have Strength. We have the Hangman. It's saying now there is still something here that is undecided here. It feels like you need a clearer plan. A bit of self-reflection and be very honest with yourself what it is that you are trying, what kind of life you want, or what do you want in this particular situation here. A time of reflection, a time of also strengthening your soul, your mind and your body is required until you feel like you're ready to make those changes. It feels like some of you might not understand where you want to go or how to change this situation because you haven't taken the time to get to know yourself enough, or you haven't taken the time to tap in to your body, tap into your soul. There is something that is happening here where, for example, I keep thinking about everything and I kind of know what I want, but at the same time I'm like, there is something missing. And what is missing is that connection to yourself. Because during that time, you might even want to go meditate. You might even want to go and change somehow your routine slightly. It's not, no, I'm being corrected. It's not that you're changing it, you're adding something to your routine that empowers you, that makes you feel stronger. And with that, you then are going to be making decisions. Because during that time when you're strengthening your body, mind, and soul, is when your perspective slightly changes. And with that new perspective, you will be making decisions that you wouldn't be making right now. Different decisions, different outcomes. Okay, how does that differ? One sec, guys, my phone is saying I'm dying. So before I'm being shown that you sat in this Queen of Swords energy. You're very logical, you're very logistic, you're very intellectual, and you made a lot of decisions using your knowledge, using your expertise. Now when it comes to this slightly different perspective, it feels like you're tapping into creativity more, and you're tapping into this energy where you just want to try things out. You want a slightly different energy, and you are getting there. And what I mean by that slightly different energy, it feels like you're becoming more active. You are becoming more active, or you right now are being asked to either sign up for the gym, go for Pilates, 15 minutes stretching in the morning before you start work. It's very important to focus on your physical body right now, because it's going to impact your emotional and mental well-being. You will be able to make decisions easier. And you're stepping into this phase of life where you probably are going to, you remind me a bit of someone who jumps like from location to location, someone who's very free. See, the Queen of Wands, if I looked at her lifestyle, like if I had to imagine her lifestyle, she probably has everything very set, or she has her routine is very planned to the T, where the Knight of Wands is the opposite almost of that. The Knight of Wands is like, oh, I see a castle in front of me, let me go and visit that castle. Once I get to the castle, I see a very nice cafe across from the castle. I'll go and have lunch in that cafe. Maybe I'm gonna meet a person over there, maybe I'm gonna talk to them. Once I talk to them, I realize that they have very interesting hobbies. Maybe I'm gonna go and do something with them. They teach me about their hobby and my life changes, right? So that's what I'm being shown here. I'm being shown differences between these two energies, and I'm being shown someone's lifestyle slightly changing. Is that something that you want? Because some of you maybe you want to be in the Queen of Swords energy, right? Lifestyle wise. But for others of you, I feel like you're here to be free. And that's what your soul desires. And a lot of times it might whisper to you like, I really want to go places, or I really want to have this particular lifestyle. And with that lifestyle, you meet more and more tribe members, and then you're being shown different things that you were not familiar with, and your whole perspective with the Hangman changes, and you go, damn, like so many things changed in so little time. Okay, so that's what I'm getting here. Honor your fire, your soul is saying, but acknowledge when that period of time when you have to focus on the self and take things slow here. There's going to be that initial time, the very important time when you have to self-reflect, focus on your physical body, and everything will start falling into places for you. Okay? Hope this made sense. Thanks for being here. If you need more content, find me on Patreon, and until the next time, try. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 3. Let's see. Words from your soul. And I don't have any specific question here today. I'm just gonna flow. I'll flow with this reading. Let's see where it takes us. Messages from your soul. Oof, how did that got mixed up here, but it's there for a reason. So we will look at it. You have the Judgment. And you have the Page of Cups. Now, this is an additional message. For some of you, your soul is saying, have you been noticing how one of your guides, this is sweet, was holding your hand? Have you noticed the signs of your either ancestor, of your beloved deceased, or of your guide? Damn. We have one more here. I promise I didn't see that before. So this is magical. Is there one more? No. It's like they've been supporting you, especially recently. I'd say for the past 3 months. You must have noticed it. They're saying, you must have noticed me. Because there were a couple of times that they came through. Kind of knocking on your door. Okay, that doesn't want to go in. We'll take it. What did I say? The door? Here you go, the door. Knocking on your door. Alright, let's see what your soul wants to say. What it wants to talk about. What does it want to talk about? All right. Okay, let's see. This is gonna be a bit of a kick in the ass, pile number 3. Your soul wants to tell you that sometimes you tend to brush away or not notice all the things that you have. And you may feel either alone, either left out, either not having enough, when the reality is different. And you tend to create quite a lot of hurdles for yourself, especially inner conflicts about your sense of security, finances, or safety, or overall maybe you compare yourself to other people too much. Your soul's path and your soul's journey and timing is not someone else's, and your soul wants you to remember that. Your path might be very different, and the timing of how everything pans out for you in your life, your story is going to be very different, almost like unusual for other people to hear. And this is not a bad thing. How are you going to choose to look at this? Are you going to moan, and are you going to say, you know what, I'm not worthy? Or are you going to say, damn, like, I don't want to be having the same story like everyone else or following the same script, because I don't feel like it's for me anyways. Your soul, for some of you have looked up like a spiritual retreat, or a retreat where people gather and learn something together. If that is you, your soul is asking you to commit to that. It's almost like it's giving you green light. This is a place to go. That is a place to experience. If you wanted to make changes in your work life, in your careers. Yeah, I split the deck. It's time to move forward. A green light for making changes. Your soul is reminding you that you are in control of the wheel. You are the one who's navigating the vehicle you're in. It's completely up to you when you're going to turn and to which direction you're going to turn. So now is the time for you. Okay, wait 1 sec. Watch the signs they're saying. I saw a vision of the road and someone is missing the signs. And because they missed the sign, they didn't even know that it was their turn. They were too distracted doing everything else. I'm seeing an individual who's in a car, and there are so many things that they have in a car. Like there is a cup of coffee, there is a bag. Out of that bag, there are clothes hanging. The phone is somewhere. It's just like everything is all over the place. And this is a representation. Sorry, I'm getting comfortable. Of a situation where there is so much going on. There is so much going on that I'm missing the important things. Because my goal, my aim, I don't know why I'm seeing a sign of Miami. My aim was to go to Miami, and this is not the time when I have GPS on my phone. For some reason, I'm not being shown that this person has it. They have to follow the actual signs in order to get there. And because of the mess in the car, this could be mental, emotional, physical mess, okay? Because of the mess in the car, they were looking for something, they couldn't find it. They would have found it if everything was in its own place, and they wouldn't have missed the sign of Miami. So someone is being asked, before you get in that car, first of all, set an intention, think about where you're going, and in order for you to get there smoothly, how does your environment have to look like? How does your environment influence your headspace? Once you get in that car, have everything set for yourself that you may need on that trip close to you. And everything else that you will need later, just put it very nicely in the back. Or at least clean up the car, make sure everything is in its right places, so that you don't have to be distracted during that trip. Someone's environment that they live in is not good for them. And it's not because of where they are location-wise, it's because of how it looks like and how messy it is. It's saying it's important to have an environment that represents us. If your environment is messy, it represents how you're feeling inside, or represents traits of you. Does your home smell good? Do you clean up after yourself? What is the routine like? What is the discipline like? Your soul wants to talk about the discipline that you have. And because there is something lacking in discipline, it makes someone feel very on the edge. Because this is messy, and again, I'm being drawn back to that car because of this freaking bag. This bag is so big, I couldn't find what I was looking for, and I missed the sign. Now, it's not the problem in the bag, it's the problem in the way that you have planned things out for yourself. Thinking prior doing something. Your soul is also asking you to Choose your battles. Sometimes someone creates a big deal out of a little deal, and overall it becomes very difficult to live in this world because there is frustration everywhere they look. There is frustration everywhere they look, and someone needs a bit of a restart here, what I'm seeing. I need to restart this. I need to restart my thinking. I need to change the way I am reacting to situations for my own good. What is the advice here for you right now as you are watching this reading? What is the best course of action? What is the best course of action? Okay, your soul is saying focus on individuality and independence. The road to independence may not be smooth sailing, but it's going to be worth it at the end. For example, not being dependent on someone financially, having your own business, creating your own business, not being dependent on someone emotionally. Say, I don't dump my emotions onto someone else, expecting them to make me feel happy all the time and to fix my issues. Independence is a big deal here, especially your soul is talking about a need to set yourself free, or a need to create a more sustainable lifestyle or life for yourself. It's all about you and your accomplishments right now. Where do you want to start? Look back at all the accomplishments you have already literally on your shelf. These are the memories of her accomplishments. She's very happy looking at them all. But this sometimes gets very clouded by an illusion of I don't have enough, I'm not worthy. Just look at that shelf. These are all of your accomplishments. I don't have anywhere to go. I don't have enough of this. I don't have enough of that. So sometimes this can make you feel frustrated. See what you can apply in your everyday life in order for you to deal with it better whenever this cloud appears, and we all have that, so that you can allow the sunshine through. It's like that sunshine then dissolves the clouds. That's the way I'm seeing it in my vision. The sunshine dissolving the clouds, and then you start following where that sunshine leads you, and it leads you to your own very well planned out and very well thought through life of independence. And not every plan is gonna happen the way you wanted it to happen. Be flexible. This road over here, well, river, I must say, it's not straight. Sometimes you may have to wander off track and you'll come back. Sometimes we have to go off track in order to learn something. That's my experience, and I'm right back at where I start. Not where you started, but on the main road, right? On the main river. So you kind of wander in life sometimes. You kind of go off. Maybe there's a little creek. You learn something there. You come back with experience or with a lesson, and you keep going. And maybe something happens again. We have to go to that creek. We learn something there until we get to where we want to be. And those experiences will be very needed for you in the life and the lifestyle that you'll be living, or in order for you to get to the lifestyle that you've always envisioned. In the future, you're looking good, you're smelling good, and you are, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm also seeing that you are looked up to. People may even ask you how you got to the place where you are now. This reminds me of the vibe of someone who works remotely and they travel. Reminds me of the vibe of someone who has built a very successful business. It started maybe as a hobby, and it suddenly turned into this business because they were obsessed with their hobby. I love this so much. It comes from my heart first, and then boom, it's massive. Or someone really had their eyes on a specific way of living and they got there. So I hope that this made sense, pile number 3. If you need more content, find me on Patreon as usual, and hope you have a beautiful week. Thanks for being here. Until the next one.